Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Storytime with Miss Valadez. The book that we are reading today is called The Empty Pot. This book was recommended to me by one of the parents in my classroom, and I'm really excited to read this to you today because I feel like this is such a wonderful story to share with all of you. And you'll see why in just a minute because once we get into the story and we talk about it when we come back, I'll be able to explain a little bit more of what happened in the book. So let's go ahead and get started with our story and let's just have fun. The Empty Pot. A long time ago in China, there was a boy named Ping who loved flowers. Anything he planted burst into bloom. Up came flowers, bushes, and even big fruit trees, as if by magic. Everyone in the kingdom loved flowers too. They planted them everywhere, and the air smelled like perfume. The emperor loved birds and animals, but flowers most of all, and he tended his own garden every day. But the emperor was very old. He needed to choose a successor to the throne. Who would his successor be? And how would the emperor choose? Because the emperor loved flowers so much, he decided to let the flowers choose. The next day, a proclamation was issued. All the children in the land were to come to the palace. There, they would be given special flower seeds by the emperor. Whoever can show me their best in a year's time, he said, will succeed me to the throne. The news created great excitement throughout the land. Children from all over the country swarmed to the palace to get their flower seeds. All the parents wanted their children to be chosen emperor, and all the children hoped they would be chosen too. When Ping received his seed from the emperor, he was the happiest child of all. He was sure he could grow the most beautiful flower. Ping filled a flower pot with rich soil. He planted the seed in it very carefully. He watered it every day. He couldn't wait to see it sprout, grow, and blossom into a beautiful flower. Day after day passed, but nothing grew in his pot. Ping was very worried. He put new soil into a bigger pot. Then he transferred the seed into the rich black soil. Another 2 months he waited. Still, nothing happened. By and by, the whole year passed. Spring came, and all the children put on their best clothes to greet the emperor. They rushed to the palace with their beautiful flowers, eagerly hoping to be chosen. Ping was ashamed of his empty pot. He thought the other children would laugh at him because for once he couldn't get a flower to grow. His clever friend ran by, holding a great big plant. "Ping," he said, "you're not really going to the emperor with an empty pot, are you?
Couldn't you grow a great big flower like mine? I've grown lots of flowers better than yours, Ping said. It's just this seed that won't grow. Ping's father overheard this and said, You did your best, and your best is good enough to present to the emperor. Holding the empty pot in his hands, Ping went straight away to the palace. The emperor was looking at the flowers slowly, one by one. How beautiful all the flowers were! But the emperor was frowning and did not say a word. Finally, he came to Ping. Ping hung his head in shame, expecting to be punished. The emperor asked him, Why did you bring an empty pot? Ping started to cry and replied, I planted the seed you gave me, and I watered it every day, but it didn't sprout. I put it in a better pot with better soil, but still, it didn't sprout. I tended it all year long, but nothing grew. So today, I had to bring an empty pot without a flower. It was the best I could do. When the emperor heard these words, a smile slowly spread over his face, and he put his arm around Ping. Then he exclaimed to one and all, I have found him! I have found the one person worthy of being emperor. Where you got your seeds from, I do not know, for the seeds I gave you had all been cooked, so it was impossible for any of them to grow. I admire Ping's great courage to appear before me with the empty truth, and now I reward him with my entire kingdom and make him emperor of all the land. The end.
Hey guys, we are back and we just finished our book, The Empty Pot. I really liked this story, as I mentioned earlier, because it shows that a small child was able to tell the truth no matter how afraid he was to present his empty pot to the emperor. And one of the things that I appreciate about this book is that it shows a lot of integrity and a lot of honesty about who this child was. And he was able to really have so much courage to present this empty pot to the emperor, even though he couldn't grow anything. Now, the emperor really admired and appreciated this child's courage for doing that and for being honest about not being able to grow the flower. Now, what would you do if you were presented with this kind of situation? If I, as your teacher, said, okay, everybody, I want you to go home, take a seed and let it grow. Plant it, take care of it, water it every day or every week, give it sunlight, give it lots of love. And when it grows, I want you to bring it back to me and you are going to be the teacher for the rest of the school year. What would you do? What if your plant didn't grow? Would you tell me the truth and say, I'm sorry, Miss Valadez, but my plant didn't grow? Or would you try to replace the seed with a different flower? Who knows? I mean, it's up to you on how you want to present and come forward with a situation like this. But as for me, I think that it's really important to be honest and to continue to share those values with other people, not just yourself. Be honest about the things that happen to you. Be honest about how you handle situations. And if there are times when you feel like you just can't do it, then seek help or talk to someone about it. I am always here for you guys. I know mom and dad are always there for you. and I hope that you understood the message of the story today. I am super excited for tomorrow's story time, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. See you all tomorrow. Bye!